or final roster for the 2022-2023 Miami Dolphins. Some of these are not a shocker to me. Some of these are a shocker to me. The premises of this video and topic of this video is, what does a Miami Dolphins roster look like with 5 running backs, 5 receivers, and 5 tight ends? Now, this is exciting, and I think it's genius, and I think, at least I think, I mean, comment below if you agree with me at the end of this video, that I think I know where Mike McDaniel's going with this offense, especially for it to ultimately benefit Tua Tagovailoa, our fearless leader at hand. Now, let's start off with who the 5 running backs are, who the 5 wide receivers are, and then also as well who the 5 tight ends are. So the 5 running backs we have is Salvon Ahmed. Honestly, I didn't think he was going to make the team, though I do love what I saw out there. It was definitely a shocker to have Sony Michel get cut. Didn't see that happen because he's an excellent blocker, but I think with Miami, we need something a little bit more. But Salvon Ahmed, we have Chase Edmonds, Myles Gaskin, fullback Alec Ingle. Didn't play any of the preseason to my knowledge, but definitely lit it up in practice. Then we have Raheem Mostert. Now, for the receivers, we have Eric Ezukanma, also known as Easy-E, Tyreek Hill, Trent Sherfield, Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson. For the tight ends, we got Ethan Carter, who had a few nice plays this preseason, Tanner Connor, Mike Goseki, Hunter Long, and Durham Smythe. I'm actually going to kick it off with the receivers first. So let's talk about that. Now, last year, we know that the favorite target for Tua Tagovailoa was Jalen Waddle. Even broke the rookie record for receptions. I love everything that I saw out of Jalen Waddle. He can do it all. I always get nervous when you got little guys like that. I remember, Deshaun Jackson from the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm like, ooh, this guy's going to have a career full of injuries. And other than at the end of his career, man, I mean, it was wonderful, man. I mean, the guy was tough. And I see that same toughness and grit in Jalen Waddle. But I also don't want him to be our main guy who's always out there getting, smacked around until one day we actually do need him and he gets injured. So when I see guys on the team like Eric Ezukanma, who looks like he could daggone near play wide receiver number 1 or wide receiver number 2 somewhere, he makes the roster. Man, I love it. He's a deep threat. He could go the slot. He could do everything that you need. It's going to be a great target for Tua as well. Then, of course, Tyreek Hill. Man needs no introduction. Fastest man in the NFL. He even has a cool nickname called a Cheetah. And then, of course, you have Cedric Wilson Jr. Love it. I mean, absolute speedster for the Dallas Cowboys last year. Now takes in place for us. And what I like about this is that, let's say Tyreek goes down, Waddle goes down. Let's say both of them go down. We have people who can go out there and take and catch the ball, who can make big plays and who are big play makers. Now let's go over to our running backs, and I'm going to finish up this video here in a second. Savannah Ahmed is basically, in my opinion, he's more of an aggressive runner than Myles Gaskin. I think he's an okay blocker. Myles Gaskin, I'm not a fan of his blocking. I'm going to be honest with you. I've said this in previous videos in the past. His blocking skills, he looked better out there, though. His yards after contact look much better. And I'm happy he made the team because he's a guy who can catch. He's essentially another receiver for us who can also run the ball. And he is a tough guy. I mean, the guy really never got banged up. And then also as well, look what he did in college for the Huskies over at Washington. 4,000 yards, 1,000 yards consistently each season. He's a consistent player, man, and he wants to be in Miami. And I'm happy that he went through the lumps with us as we did with him. And I think we're going to get the best version of Myles Gaskin this year. Next running back I want to take a talk about is going to be Alec Ingle. Now, he's a fullback. This guy is there for blocking. He's there for blocking. He's a very good blocker. Raheem Mostert is a playmaker who can also block very well. Chase Edmonds is a running back who can also block too. Now, as far as who's going to see the field the most, I don't see someone like Gaskin getting more than 7 carries a game at the most. I'm really thinking it's going to be Raheem Mostert and Chase Edmonds who's going to also be out there, okay? But those guys can also block. They can block, they're playmakers, and they can catch. And with our zone offense, it's going to take and create holes for these guys to ultimately make plays. Now, I'll be honest with y'all, I was not impressed at all whatsoever with our running game this preseason until the final preseason game versus the Philadelphia Eagles. We lit the world on fire, and I love everything I saw. Probably because, we had more of our starters out there and stuff like that, but I mean, we played good and we blocked well. I know we weren't up against starters the whole game, so I'm still not sure what this is going to look like week 1, 2, 3, and 4. Our first 4 games are tough, y'all. I mean, we got Baltimore. We got opening day against the Patriots. They're always going to give us a fight. We got Buffalo Bills third week in September, or so last week of September. I mean, it's going to be very difficult for us. And then, of course, we got the AFC champs, Cincinnati Bengals. They're starting off the new month of October. But other than that, man, I love what I'm seeing. I'm seeing people who could block. That was a recurring issue and recurring theme last year for our running backs, is when they got through to the quarterback and he needs to make a passing play, he was getting hit. He was getting knocked around. He was needing to go run on his feet and stuff like that. It was a constant issue. So to have people back there who can block, not only that, you have an actual running back who can block, Alec Ingle, man, I'm absolutely loving it. I want to see what he could do on offense. I've seen a little bit back when he was with Vegas. We're going to be very interested. And then let's finish off the episode with the tight ends. I didn't think Tanner Conner was going to make the team at all. Athletic guy, good blocker. We have Ethan Carter, tight end. He's a pretty good blocker too. Durham Smythe he reminds me of Andrews, the tight end who plays for the Baltimore Ravens, man. He's starting to become more athletic, but he's more of like a blocker. He's a guy you could dump the ball to, and you can use him, especially when you get in the red zone. Watch out for Durham Smythe to be a target. And then Mike Goseki, he's not really known for his blocking ability. He's just not. But the guy, I feel like every other game, every 2 to 3 games, he is mossing somebody. He's catching a pass that was behind him and one-handing it. I mean, the guy is, if we could make it work for him, and I'm happy that we didn't cut him, dude. I think it'd be a giant mistake. I think just this year we need to figure out, what does Mike Goseki look like in this offense? What does he look like in this offense? And it's okay to have gadget players. Look, you look at our receivers, not all of them can do everything. You look at our running backs, you got people who block better than others. Then you got guys like Raheem Mostert who could really do it all, So I think it's okay if you have that for tight ends as well too. So if we're in the end zone and we got 2 running backs, we got 3 tight ends set, and we're on the 5-yard line, man, we could pass it, we could run the ball, we could run it off the tight end, and we got the speed to take and get there. Just a lot of things are going to take and open up. So, but I'll go ahead and I'll end the episode on this. I love this. 5 tight ends, 5 wide receivers, 5 running backs. Please comment below. Let me know your comments and what you think about this new offense. You look at Tua in Alabama. Number 1, his hip is fully healed. He's had a full offseason. He got a new coach. He's bought in. He got his swagger, man. And look, I know a lot of people are like, man, Skylar Thompson. Dude, these are good problems to have. So I'm not even go to war with y'all. Look, Skylar just looked better out there, but it was also preseason. And look, Tua, he's been there longer, man. So we just got to let it play out. Everybody take a deep breath. Look, I'm still hurting from Lynn Bowden not making the final cut, man. Daggone it, man. I almost wish we would have got rid of Tanner Conner and had a 6th receiver in there, man. Hopefully we could retain Lynn Bowden through the practice squad. So, anyway, thanks for watching another episode. Hit that subscribe button. That takes and helps the channel to take and grow. Also, as well, comment below. Hit the bell for alerts. That lets you know when my episodes come out. And if you're new to the channel, I don't just cover the Miami Dolphins. I cover the entire NFL. But let's keep it real, y'all. The Dolphins are the hottest team in the NFL. Probably, I don't want to count my chickens, y'all, but hey, possibly win a Super Bowl within the next 1, 2, or 3 years. So should be interesting. Have a blessed night. Catch y'all next time.
Time to tune in. Now another sports center. It's a movement.